Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right, there's been so much talk in this last week about the NASCAR playoff system. We know a lot of people have voiced their opinion on NASCAR Satellite XM Radio and on Twitter, formerly known as X. I've heard a lot of unique ideas. I'm not one to insult somebody's opinion without them insulting me first. So if you follow me on X at Rob Sports Show, you should know that. You know, I'll have a conversation with anyone. That's cool. We can have a conversation any day of the week. But when you start insulting me about my opinion, that's when the opinion part is done, and that's a whole different ballgame. But here is my thoughts on the playoff system. Number one, before I go over some things I've done here, I like the current system. I like the fact that we have 26 regular season races, you win and you're in. 10 playoffs, that one, quote, Game 7 moment. I know a lot of people respond to that, quote, Game 7 moment like, well, it's not like in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns can cost the Kansas City Chiefs the Super Bowl against the Detroit Lions. Well, here's the thing. In NASCAR, from 1949 through last Sunday, we have 38 to 43 cars on the track at any given time, unless people fall out of the race. Even in the non-playoff era. I'm gonna use a couple of years that I've done the research that I know exactly what happened. We're gonna use 1992. I come to that year a lot. Alan Quickie is one of my favorite all-time drivers. I always wanted to be like Alan Quickie. So 92 was really special to me as a fan. I was just entering high school that year. Finishing up my first semester, my freshman year, avid NASCAR racer. I remember the moment I heard on the radio on April 1st that Alan passed. So, yeah, I thought it was an April Fool's Day joke at first. So, yeah, so that 92 season means a lot. Anyway, so 1992 Atlanta race, Davey Allison leading the points by 30 going into Atlanta. Gets in an accident, lap 204, I think it was, of the 328 lap race, costing him a shot at the championship. Ernie Irvan was involved in an accident as well. So if that was a Game 7, you had somebody take out the points leader who cost him a championship. So fast forward that to modern era with the playoffs, with the one race finale, the same thing could happen. There's no difference than if somebody would have taken out Joey Logano at Phoenix in 2024, say Ty Gibbs, for instance, or somebody like that, versus what happened to Davey in 92. There is no difference. It still can happen. The only way that doesn't happen is if you crown a champion before that final race. That's a whole different story. So, my opinion, leave it alone, but if we insist on making changes, knee-jerk reaction changes, I have a couple ideas. So, first off, leave the framework alone. 26 regular season races, 10 playoff races, one race finale. Move the finale every 2 to 3 years to a different track. We can do Homestead. We can do technically Texas Motor Speedway, but not a lot of people like to race in Texas, so that's fine. We can do Phoenix. We can do the new short track if they ever built in Fontana, California. We can do it at Las Vegas. You gotta kind of keep it south because you don't want to get in a situation. Yeah, you want to go to Worldwide Technology Raceway the first weekend in November. Good luck to you. There's going to be years it's going to be 65 and sunny. As a matter of fact, the year I got married, 2001, that weekend, 65 and sunny, beautiful weekend. 1 year later, it was 31 degrees and raining. So you start getting too far north, you're going to run into that kind of stuff. So if we keep it those tracks, those three tracks, Homestead, Phoenix, and Las Vegas, do a rotation. 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, or 3 years, and 3 years, whatever we decide to do. Now, when and you're in. In my system, we add a piece to that. You win and you're in. As long as, after 26 races, you're in the top 20 in points. So if you win, say you win second race of the year, the third race of the year, like Daniel Suarez won Atlanta, you have to make sure you're in the top 20 in points until the regular season finale. So there is this no testing. There is this no running half, kind of running it half out, just running the season out. You have to finish in the top 20 in points. Also with that, so the theory of the playoffs was to get people to watch those races. They weren't before. In an era of TV, you figure from Labor Day through November, there's a big elephant in the room. It's called college football on Saturday and NFL on Sunday. NFL and college football are two things that are immune to ratings and stuff to most point. People are going to watch. Here's the difference between that sport and any other sport out there. It has the shortest season. Labor Day through January. The first weekend in February or second weekend in February is the Super Bowl. People watch the Super Bowl that don't watch football. People watch the Super Bowl because it is the Super Bowl. It has all the commercials. People watch it for the commercials and just deal with the game. NFL season is on a Thursday night, Sunday, and Monday night. A lot of the world works Monday through Friday, business hours, 8 to 5 or whatever. They're home Thursday nights. Sundays is their day off. Monday they're home. They do all their weekend stuff on Saturday. Sunday's all about football. So, of course, their ratings are going to be different. But if you look at the NASCAR ratings, year over year, they're up. Yes, I know. The ratings are not the same as they were back in the 1990s. The attendance is definitely not the same as it was back in the 90s. We need the 90s back. No, we don't need the 90s back. The 90s were the 90s for a reason. This is 2024. Let's put the past in the past. Let's look at what we currently have. So, when you look at ratings, where does NASCAR fall on the spectrum of ratings on Sunday? I think they're top 3 to top 5 of all TV shows. Obviously, the NFL is the first 8, probably, I would guess. And then of everything not NFL on Sunday, I think NASCAR is probably right there, 1, 2, or 3. They stay consistent for the most part. So saying that the players are not working, I think that's a misnomer. I think this sport went through a change in 2001, the first big TV deal. This sport went through a change when Dale passed. As we've gone different generations of cars, as we've gone the last 24 years, this sport has changed. All sports TV viewership has changed. All sports in person has changed. Baseball stadiums are smaller now than they used to be. You don't necessarily get in other arenas like you used to. And here's the thing, football, again, it's its own unique beast because vast majority of their games are one day a week, except a couple on Thursday, a couple on Monday. And typically, if you have, let's use the Chiefs as an example, the Kansas City fan base live in the Kansas City market for the most part. They live within an hour or two of Arrowhead Stadium. They go to all the games. They have 8 games they go to, and plus playoff games. It's completely different in NASCAR when it comes to the attendance and all that. Anyway, so back to the idea here. One race finale. So, wins should matter. They do. That's what the playoffs are for. Running consistent should matter. Back in the day, we gave the points. It mattered. Let's take the best of both worlds. I like stage racing, though some people don't, but I like the stage racing. And again, the people that don't like stage racing, you have your own opinion, that's fine. My thought is, and the argument I get from people online is they don't like stage racing because it's a break in the action because they stop. Technically, they don't stop. It's not like they stop, get out of the car, have a cold drink, grab a hamburger and fries, get back in the car and go back out. They come, basically the stages are for pit stops and to reset the field. That's literally all it is. And we all know there is a portion of the fan base, either big or small, they like action. You get more action on a restart than you do when there's 5 cars on the lead lap and you have a leader that's pitting and doesn't lose the lead because he's so far ahead of second place. That's not intriguing. That's not must-see TV. So, if you win a stage, right now you get 1 point, bonus point. In here, you get 5 bonus points for winning a stage, 1 bonus point for finishing second in a stage. You win the race, you get 10 bonus points. Now you get 5. Mine, 10 for the winner, 3 for second, 1 for third. So if you run second place both stages in the race, Current modern day points, you get the points, you don't get any bonus points. In my system, you get 1 bonus point for finishing second in both stages, 1 for each stage, and 3 for the race. So you get 5 for finishing second all day long, while the leader would get 20 bonus points. At the end of the regular season, again, if you win, you're in, as long as you're in the top 20 at the end of the regular season. The regular season champion gets 30 bonus points. I do not like the idea of the regular season champion automatically a bid in the round of 8, because we hate it now when Joey won Vegas, Phoenix, and our Homestead and Martinsville meant nothing. So they 2 weeks, basically the crew got 2 weeks off. By regular season champion getting placed in the round of 8, that team has 6 weeks off. They don't have to do anything. What they do is in the first 6 weeks of the playoffs mean absolutely nothing. They can literally show up, take a lap, park it, and it doesn't matter. So if that was the case and they have the regular season champion automatic bid to the round of 8, if I'm that team, that first round of the playoffs, the first 3 races, my pit crew is not leaving Charlotte, North Carolina. Y'all get 3 weeks off. Stay home. See you in 3 weeks. You're bringing just a scab crew because it doesn't matter. I'm personally not going to buy tires. I'm going to say whatever tires I can buy that teams already have, those tire codes, I'm going to bring those. I don't care if they're wore out or a year old or whatever. As long as the tire code is good, I can run them on this track. I'm not buying tires. I'm going to run maybe to the first stage and park it. Why? Why use the wear and tear on the car? Why make more work for the guys at the shop? Bring that car back as pristine as possible, ready to go for the next time we want to use it. There's zero reason for 6 weeks for that person in 2024 with Tyler Reddick to do anything. We don't want that. Because guess what? Now, if they're out there running, we talk about race manipulation a lot, they're going to help their teammates. They're going to help somebody else. They're going to help a manufacturer teammate without helping a manufacturer teammate. You're telling me in the first race of the playoffs, if Tyler Reddick is the case, and he is running with Christopher Bell, and just basically matching lap times with Christopher Bell running behind him, think anybody's going to realize that he's faster? No. So you're going to have that. No, we don't want that. So, bonus points. If you win the regular season title, you get 30 bonus points. If you finish second in regular season, you get 20. If you finish third, you get 10. If you finish fourth, you get 5. If you finish fifth, you get 1 point. Nobody else gets points. Now it goes 15, 10, 8, and down the 10th place gets 1. No. More for the person who got the points, who's been running up front. So if you take my bonus points, 5 for a stage win, 1 for second place in the stage, 10 for a race win, 3 for second place, 1 for third. Again, these are just bonus points. And then the 30, 20, 10, 5, and 1 for the top 5 in the regular season. If you take those bonus points and do it based on those rules with the points they earned this year, I'm not going to start at the round of 16. Obviously, Harrison Burton would make the playoffs because he was below 20th in points. So my round of 8, based on those bonus points alone, Larson, Bell, Hamlin, Byron, Blaney, Reddick, Martin Truex Jr., and Brad Keselowski. Based on the points they earned in the races, plus with having those bonus points, the final 4 would have been Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick. As we know, Blaney finished second. Blaney still would have won the championship. Penske would have still had 3 in a row. Now, I know there's a lot of talk of we need a 3-race finale. Well, based on the points again, these are the points. I know I hate when people do the Winston Cup points and this, that, and the other. These are just an example purpose only. If we change the bonus point structure, everything else stayed the same. If just having the bonus points that I said, the final 4, Larson, Bell, Blaney, and Reddick, if those 4 drivers raced in a 3-race finale, say Vegas, Phoenix, and Homestead, take the points that they actually earned from those 3 races, so it was a complete reset. All 3 had the same amount of points. Vegas, Phoenix. Before we get to Homestead. Bell's leading. Larson is 48 behind. Blaney 65. Reddick 72. We basically crowned champion in stage 1 of the final race. There is no 48 points. So I know people's like, well, you still got a chance. So if that were the case, if you enter the third race of a 3-race stretch for the championship, and Bell has a 48-point lead over Larson, Larson has to win both stages, win the race. Christopher Bell's got to finish 24th. Is that intriguing TV? Is that something that people are going to want to... Ooh, there's a championship race. Advertisers are going to jump on board for this championship race. We're going to crown a champion of 4 drivers. And you tune in and they're like, yep, Larson can dominate the entire day. And as long as Christopher Bell finishes 24th or higher in points, he's our champion. So literally nothing going to really... We did that for quite a number of years. Kind of got annoying, to be honest with you. So... a lot of people talk about, again, the 3-race finale. If you take points from this year and you have everybody's equal, Logano, Byron, Blaney, Reddick, and you use those 3 races, Vegas, Phoenix, and Homestead. After 2 races, Byron is 11 points behind Logano, Blaney 52, Reddick 59. So if Logano starts the race, Reddick is eliminated. Blaney's eliminated first stage of that. So yeah, you have 2 guys running for a championship in the final stage. Oh yeah, that's intriguing. If you look at, I know a lot of people go back to the season-long points, we didn't race that way. At least with my scenarios, again, I know they're not real. I know they're based on what's already happened. I know they race different based on the system. That's my biggest thing too. But everybody looks at the non-playoff points. I know it's available on Racing Reference. Everyone goes to that site and pulls it up. See, this is what it was. I'm sorry, but it's not real because, again, they race for the stages and they race for the playoffs. But anyway, I get what you're saying. I'm not a fan of that, but I get it. The Winston Cup points, please get that shit out of here. So if you look at the top 4 in the regular season points, non-playoff points, what was it? Larson, Bell. So it's Bell, Byron, Larson, Elliott. So we have 3 Henry Motorsports cars. If you do those 4 drivers, top 4, and you have a 3-race finale, Vegas, Phoenix, and Homestead, after the second race, after Phoenix, Byron is 6 points out, Larson is 37 points out, and Elliott is 61 points out. Again, do you really think that's going to make for people to want to tune in and watch the championship? Because it's pretty much, I mean, unless there's a problem, it's either Bell or Byron. You have 2 people running for it. In today's market, you have 4 people running for it. Whoever finishes the best wins. I know a lot of people look at Logano's regular season work. Okay, I get it. I understand what you're saying. Here's the thing. 2011, Tony Stewart. We're going to take overall points out. We're going to look at stats. Tony Stewart had no wins in the first 26 races. Logano had 1 win. All right, through the first 26 races of 2011 versus Joe Logano in 2024. Stewart in 2011, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, 10 top 10s. Logano 1 win, 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s. I know when it came down to the non-playoff, Stewart was 3rd, Logano was 11th. When the playoff started, Stewart was 9th, Joey was 15th or something. I'm looking at just raw stats when I brought this up on social, on X. In the playoffs, Tony won 5 of 10 races. Joey won 3 of 10. Stat-wise comparable, I know everyone wants to go to overall points, but here's the thing, there's so many factors in overall points. Even 2011 through 2024 is more competitive now. You have more different winners now. It's harder to win now. You have stage points. It's a whole different ballgame than it was back in the day. Back in the day, you could dominate a race and lead 398 of 400 laps, get taken out on lap 399, and finish 25th. And you get no point. You get 25th place point for the day. At least today, you get the 10 playoff points, or the stage points for each stage, 20 points. So, and then whatever 34th would be. So you get more points now. So the points are going to definitely be different. But the idea behind that was more look at the regular season stats. We're freaking out, want to blow up the playoff system with Joey Logano winning the championship. If this would have been Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Reddick, we had none of this conversation for the last week. So, but again, my opinion, if you must change it, just add more bonus points to the leaders. So 5 for the stage win, 1 for second in the stage, 10 for the race, 3 for second, 1 for third. Top 20 only make the playoffs, win in top 20, and then change the bonus structure at the end of the regular season. If they do nothing, I'm fine with that. If they want to completely overhaul it, I have a problem with that. Or if they get rid of the playoffs in general, I have a problem with that. And I've said this before on X. And then my problem with that is NASCAR came out last Friday before the weekend, and said playoffs are here to stay. So if you go back on that word, that means you lied. I understand you don't want the backlash. I understand you don't want people upset. But you can't come out and say one thing, and then 3 days later when the outcome happens, not that, again, he's a deserving champion. He earned his way here. Everybody had the opportunity. But you can't come back and just get rid of it. I don't think that's an option. Personally, I don't think you need to change it. But if you wanted to change it, here's my opinion. But it's like everybody else have an opinion, and if you want to interact with me on X, please do. I have no problem back and forth opinion. This is what I think, this is what you think, that's fine. We may not agree, and that's perfectly fine as well. My only issue is don't name call and insult when I don't agree with you. I mean, if it's, hey, we agree to disagree, we're both fans, blah, 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 that's fine. But don't just start name calling and saying shit. You're an idiot, you're stupid, you're this, that, and the other, you're ignorant, stupid, ugly, whatever you want to say, and then not expect me to come back at you, because damn sure I am. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on the NASCAR playoff system. Leave it alone if you're going to change it. Some modifications here with playoff points, top 20 only. If we went to a 3-race regular season finale, I think we'll crown a champion before we get there. And I don't think you can advertise a championship race because you're going to have that one fan that doesn't get the championship race that tries to sue over it because you advertised it. That's false advertising. So that's just my couple opinions. I'm going to leave it this. I was taking a hiatus from videos. The plan was to resume January 1. I have fast-tracked that a little bit. As of December 1st, there will be a video a day of NASCAR-related content between December 1st and the 2025 Daytona 500. I'm going to profile all the champions in NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity, and Truck Series history. I'm going to do some stats from each decade, each car generation. There's going to be at least one video a day for, what is that? Oh goodness, I need Larry Mack right now. I can't do the math in my head right now. So, what is that? 78 days, I think, from December 1 through Daytona. Daytona's the 16th of February, and we have 31 days in each month. So yeah, at least 78 days straight of NASCAR video content, and along with pro wrestling as well. So stay tuned to all that. That'll begin on December 1st. The first video will be NASCAR history, kind of how NASCAR got its start. The first champion profile will be the very first champion in NASCAR history, Red Byron, on through the 2024 Xfinity champion, Justin Allgaier. I'm going to do Truck Xfinity Cup. Is going to be based on when the order is based on when they won their first championship. So, for instance, Joey won his first championship in, 2018? So, anybody that's won a championship after him will be late. He'll be before them. Just like Bobby Labonte won his first Xfinity championship in 91. He won his Cup championship in 2000. So, you're going to see a bunch it's based on their first championship. So, that's why the Cup guys have already won championship in other series. So, they're going to be the last one will be Justin Allgaier. So, it'll be Ty Majeski and then Justin Allgaier. All right, that is the playoff system. Just kind of a topic on it. Stay tuned for Robert Sports Show, December 1. Video day till Daytona. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Rubber Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports content.